Work out, make art, drink coffee. And don't drink mud water as a caffeine substitute. Just drink coffee. Be a man. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to say thank you to KUHB radio station, specifically Joe Freitas. It's not too often that you get a client that completely trusts you with your creative process. So that was very validating as an artist, so thank you. Thank you so much. And so let's just dive into this thing. I ended up finding a Russian Orthodox icon in my apartment. I thought it was pretty cool. I had these characters, they were having like a fellowship, like they were eating food or something. So I decided that I would kind of spin off of that and make my own version of that, but I would have these like community-esque characters that were having a podcast, and the conversation could go in any direction, and which is only limited by their imagination, so they would have this epic conversation about the past and present and future, that would be all kind of surrounded around just kind of these indigenous ideas and concepts, but really it could go into any freaking direction. I see Johnny Blaine passing by. I'm at the gas station. Yeah, he's a distraction. He's my homie. But yeah, back to this painting. So like, I take like a lighthearted approach. Like what I try to do is like, I don't try to make like really transcendent art anymore. Like usually I just start with the template, and I know like I'm literally just battling this thing called resistance, and somehow just sitting down like allows the thing to kind of unravel itself, so like just sitting down and breaking through that little procrastination and that I don't feel like it, and learning to just win those small little victories through action, it kind of helps you, guides you to the next direction, because ultimately you have to move forward to find the new thing. And that's just kind of my approach. I don't ever feel like the stars are aligned. I feel like athletes, they'll never be at full health. They always got to play with some sort of little bit of an injury, and that's kind of where the creative aspects of like the arts are. It's like you're never going to have the best idea, the best conceptualized idea. You're always going to have to just kind of get started with it and see where you can take it. And at least that's my process. So I just kind of want to take you into my mind a little bit, the mind of the artist. It's nice usually about midway through, and the painting is starting to turn a little bit, and so the oils are buttery smooth and they have a nice little glide to them. The music is helping the process, and you've had your coffee, you got a workout in, you probably cleaned up around the house, did some dishes, so you took care of all the responsibilities with your kids and everything, so now you have time to paint, and the vibe is good right now, and you're painting an octopus, so what's not to love about life right now? And that's the blissful thing that I kind of just aim for. I might be getting a little bit hungry right now, but I'm just painting. I'm in this vibe. It's a feeling, and I chase it all the time. Less is more. If you don't hear me talking a whole lot, it's because I'm thinking about this probably. And I feel like a ninja, like a jackboot thug. I do whatever I want. I'm like Rick Sanchez, man. I'm the intellectual jerk of the universe. And You know, I copy paintings. Like, the thing is with painting, if you like it, you paint it. You know, other artists make stuff and you like it, copy it. You know, Michelangelo, all the Ninja Turtles, the stuff that they painted, copy all that stuff and don't care what anybody else thinks. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if you're asking me why I do this, I'm just going to tell you like it is. I do this for the money, the clout, and the fame. And you're probably thinking to yourself, ha! So I'm just going to cut myself off right there and just say that, you know, that's my ego talking. And this happens, you know, every time you go in and just start to like approach. What's up, Caleb? Caleb's looking into the window, and I'm trying to make this video. But anyways, I just watched the Tentacion documentary. Caleb says, "What's up?" He says, "Hi." Actually, he's like, "Hi, I'm Dave." But yeah, so don't listen to that version of me ever, because that's full of ego, and that's not really, I mean, that might be who I am, but that's not really kind of who I want to be. Like, I want to be extraordinarily humble, but I might not be humble. And part of painting and taking this time to kind of like, it's kind of like meditation, and it kind of like levels me out sometimes, and I actually need this, is what I feel like. I have kind of like maybe even a kind of unhealthy dependency on painting, and I know it's something that I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, you know, regardless. And so yeah, we're just going for broke with it. I'm a creative, and you know, I still have so many endeavors, and yeah, that's Midway. Yeah, so the fun part about all of that is like once you've gone through the threshold of, you know, battling with your mind on just even painting at all, you know, eventually you finally look up and it starts to turn into something, and you can kind of interpret what it means. Because really, a lot of this stuff just kind of ends up in unconsciously. And kind of what I recognize is that their epic conversation is about, you know, it's a little bit of everything, but one of the main things is like kind of what motivates us. Because I'm pretty sure like all these characters have a 9 to 5, and like why do you go to your 9 to 5? And I think partially like on the ladies' side, like it's about community influence, you know, and on the guy's side, he's got a four-wheeler behind him, and it's about like, you know, him thinking about, you know, what he's gonna do with the money, like what kind of things he's gonna buy, you know, and also like they're talking about like the economy in general. I got a halibut kind of on one side, which represents the modern day economy, a seal on the other side, which represents the old economy, which was based on the fur sealing industry. I guess the guy in the middle, he's just caught in the middle. He's kind of just this big guy that's kind of a mediator. He's a modern day man that just wants to figure out ways to kind of just make it in modern days. And I guess if you look at this, the centerpiece, they kind of represent like something in each character. So I'll start with the guy. It's kind of about like the old culture, the ancient culture. So there's the Aliu and Unanga Chief's Visor, a Chiguda. It kind of just represents like his interest is in the old culture, and it's through the crafts that he kind of finds his grounding and his niche in life, you know. Guy in the middle, his approach is like he goes to church, you know, and so that tea set kind of represents that kind of like Russian Orthodox church influence, and you know, that's kind of what his interest, his family, they're used to going church, and so that's where his kind of interests are. The lady, there's a globe there, and her interests are kind of based on this like ecology and stewardship, and it's kind of like Aquilina, back in the day, that's what her main focus was on, is kind of like that community stewardship for, the sea, the ocean, the land, and everything, that I recognized. And so yeah, that's what it's about. Also, if you notice, there's a ladies having a tea, and it kind of represents the community tea, the gossip, the stuff that's that might be true, but she's like the sheriff, and like if any one of these guys kind of goes rogue in the conversation, she's got all the info, to kind of put them back into their place. And that's kind of just what that represents. And yeah, it's just kind of this kind of epic thing. I mean, they all kind of have like these modern, like nihilistic, oh, there's no point to do anything kind of personalities. But it's like, all around us, there's reason and purpose all around us all the time. But, we just don't see it from the inside. And I think sometimes we got to get out of ourselves and take a look at ourselves to kind of make the changes that we need to make, everybody else knows you need to make, but you just need to do it. And I need to do it. And I guess that's what this painting was about. It was about just opening up and having the hard conversation to have, and also having the fun conversations, and yeah, the end.